Over the past few weeks, we've explained how you can set your plants up for success with good soil and fertilizer. However, what comes after? What happens when you get your plants in the ground? Well, on this week's What's Growing with Tom, Tom covers liquid fertilizer and how it can help your garden.
Oh, welcome back, Northern Michigan. We're here at our Field of Dreams in Bear Lake, and Justin Morgan from Morgan Composting joining me right now. And Justin, I mean, we're looking at some flowers here. I mean, look at this colors bloom. I mean, how do we keep it going? I mean, we've had a kind of a stressful spring and early summer.
Yeah.
How are they keeping it so beautiful?
Yeah, Patty is such a sweetheart here at our Field of Dreams. She does such a good job here, and you can tell by looking around. Starting with the foundation of the potting soil is really important, like we talk about in the spring. But having that foundation in the spring is good for the success for us in the summer, right?
Right.
So as we start looking at the flowers and how they're doing and how they're blooming, if they're kind of tailing off, it's kind of telling us something.
Right. I mean, these look great. Look behind you. I mean,
Yeah.
all this beautiful color. And it's not just, I mean, you just like the potting soil, you got the fertilizer, but you got to keep it going all summer long too, right?
That's right, yeah. So when we design the liquid side, like for example, our Bloom Blaster, we put fulvic acid in there, and fulvic acid is a liquid carbon, and what that does is help open up the walls, like the cell walls of the plant.
Yeah.
And then there's also kelp in there. So with the stressful spring we had, that kelp goes in there that drives into the plant and helps really get that immunity going, and help get over top of the plant and the structure, the strength of the spring,
right?
And then help carry it out through the growing season.
Now, the one thing I always remember you guys talk to me and tell me about, when you're using this stuff, you can't just soak it in the plant, right? You got to just spray it lightly.
Yes, Tom, very good point. We've been together for a while.
Yeah, we
can
have.
do this now, but yes, make sure you screw your hose in there tightly and then do like a crisscross motion from 3 to 5 seconds. It is nutrient, and we want to use it as a fertilizer. Don't just drown it where it burns at.
All right. Now, I mean, we got these plants, we got those plants. What's the next step? Just to keep on every couple weeks doing this, or what?
Every 7 to 14 days. Depends on how big your plant is, how big your container is, and how much your plant likes to feed. You can pick which one you're doing. So we have, of course, the Bloom Blaster. That's our #1 most popular travel. It goes everywhere.
Yep.
The Veggie Blaster. If your vegetables are struggling a little bit right now, with this, you can go in with the Veggie Blaster 818. It has some sulfur in there, again, to help really bump that up. And then, of course, a Fruit Blaster, too. If you have some fruit trees, there's extra potassium in there, and that's going to help give that the fruit that it needs going into the fall.
Yeah, well, I guess the good thing has been that we've had a decent last 30 days. We've got some moisture. We've had some decent sunshine, temperatures back and forth. Nothing like the early spring and early summer. So things are getting better. And that's good news for farmers too, because vegetables, they need the water.
Yeah.
And we know the corn has been growing great too. We'll be back coming on next week talking about how those farms are doing and how you can help your ground, your garden do better throughout the next couple weeks.